The MLB Gambling Podcast on the Sports Game Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Get the $1,000 deposit match with Underdog Fantasy with the promo code MLB SGPN. And welcome, everybody, to the MLB Gambling Podcast here on the Sports Game Podcast Network. It is currently Friday, July 4th. Here to break down the games for Saturday. First of all, happy holidays to everyone. Hopefully you enjoy your July 4th. Barbecuing, baseball, whatever you're up to. Hopefully you enjoy it. Either way, though, here with Lonte to break down the Saturday games. Lonte, we've had a couple of day games. We have a lot more games going on. Mostly the storyline is how many home runs the Cubs could hit. I believe they had 8 home runs today.
Yeah,
Bush
my guy couldn't hit one.
Yeah, Bush had 3. PCA had 2. Suzuki had 1. Swanson had 1. And
everybody but Horner.
Yeah, I thought it was a bold pick for Horner. But yeah. I don't remember who else hit 1. But the point is a bunch of guys hit home runs in that game. But you saw a bunch of other guys. The Yankees-Mets game was a bunch of home runs too.
It's good.
Judge homered, Soto homered. The Reds scored 9 runs. A lot of overall offense here for July 4th. Anyway, though, have you enjoyed the holiday so far? Any plans later?
Pretty good, man. The Yankees were handling business until I think Beatty hit a solo shot. Yeah, before we got home. But yeah, man, I think it was a good baseball game. It was tied for the most part. Got both stars hitting the ball pretty well. So it's a really good, entertaining game. Hit a couple of the plays from early on in the last show. Got the over in the Washington game. We got the Cubbies right. Got the over right. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to this slate, and we can hopefully just parlay those into the winners today. Winners tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, same here. I'm trying to remember who I had for a home run. I think I went Rooker in the end.
Yeah,
Rooker. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah. But point is, we'll see if Verlander gets shelled or not. A lot of fun games. Okay, so apparently Swanson might have had 2. I don't know if he did, but there were a bunch of home runs that happened in that Cubs game. So, yeah, I picked Mikolas to get shelled. I like the over in that game, so that worked out pretty well. But either way, a point should be a pretty fun remainder of games on the card. Time to move on, though, to the games for Saturday. Before we get into the games, the reminder that you can find all of our picks and podcasts on the network for free by going to the SGPN feed on Spotify or Apple. Also, check out the SGPN app. Free download. You can also, once again, get wherever you do, get your podcasts and or apps. Moving on to the games on the card for Saturday, starting off with, coincidentally, the Cubs, as they end up hosting the Cardinals again. For this one, should be a pretty interesting matchup because you have Liberatore against, I see Taillon, but I thought Taillon got injured. So I want to see quickly if he's actually going to be, no, he's out for a month. So yeah, ESPN just makes stuff up. I don't know who's pitching for this team. I heard Jordan Wicks was recalled, so maybe he'll get the start. We'll see what happens, but I have no lines because I don't know who's pitching for the Cubs. Assuming it's going to be Wicks hosting Liberatore. You have any interest in potentially laying a massive number with the Cubs with a brand new pitcher, basically, that we've seen before, but will be back in the fold? Or do you like Liberatore in the Cardinals?
Yeah, I kind of like Liberatore in this spot. He's got 4 straight wins and quality starts, 2 earned, and 7 innings pitched versus Chicago a few weeks back. So he's got, some kind of like knowledge of the Cubs lineup. Now, again, it's a different animal being in Wrigley than on the road. But St. Louis, I think, will be fine. If it is Wicks, I think St. Louis's offense should be able to get to him. I'm looking at another over, but it's hard to tell with the pitching if it's not Wicks. But I was going to go with St. Louis regardless. I had handicap Taillon as well before looking at that injury, so I really wanted to back St. Louis if Taillon was going to be on the mound. So I do like St. Louis, and I'm going to pretty much be on the over in this series for the remaining. So yeah, St. Louis and over for me.
Yeah, I think for this game, I'll still go Cubs. I just don't trust the Cardinals on the road. I want to know what the number is going to be, obviously, but I'm assuming it'll be a pretty high total. I'll see what the wind is. If the wind's anywhere near where it was today, I'll take the over blindly. But let me just quickly see what the wind is going to be for tomorrow, because I do think Liberatore pitches to contact, and Wicks could get shelled in theory if the wind cooperates for the over. Yeah, it's blowing out dead center for 11 miles per hour. Give me the over. I see a bunch of runs. Total probably 12 in this game. I don't care. Give me the over for this one. Moving on to the Rays taking on the Twins. They're playing right now, actually. I believe it was 0-0 in the fourth inning at the moment. For the pitching matchup, though, for this one, you do have Bradley against we don't know. So we have no lines in it because we don't know who's pitching for Minnesota. We know Tampa is on the verge of being a first-place team. Minnesota is good at home. They're 22-17, but they are 5 under as a whole. Bradley this season's been pretty up and down. He's been pretty bad lately. He has given up 11 runs in his last 3 starts combined. He's been alternating, though, great starts and bad starts. 5 1/3, 5 runs, 6 2/3, no runs, 1 1/3, 7 runs, 4 innings, 5 runs, none of them earned, and then he had 4 innings, 7 earned against the Marlins. So I don't really trust Bradley at all, but I don't trust the Twins at all. So I don't know what the line's going to be, etc., but I guess I'm on the over.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Minnesota, like you said, not as good on the road, but they're a whole lot better at home. So I think with Bradley's track record, the Twins may be able to get to him, especially if the top of that lineup is kind of going well with Buxton and those guys. So I was looking at maybe a Twins team total over for the first 5, just maybe hoping that they get to Bradley a little bit earlier. But again, like, he's shown the ability to be able to go good as well. But over or nothing. I don't really love it, but it would be over. And depending on what the price is for the Rays, I might just be reluctant to bet on the Rays and think we see a home run derby type of game.
I can get behind that. Once again, I need to see who's pitching for Minnesota.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah.
It's really difficult not knowing lines when it comes down to Minnesota, who, I'll put it this way, is a team that I don't want to be backing. But I don't want to be backing Bradley either, so I'm kind of stuck. So I guess it's over for now, but we'll go from there. Moving on to the Angels taking on the Blue Jays. For this game, you have Kachanowicz taking on Scherzer. For the money line, Blue Jays, first place Blue Jays, -180. You have the Angels at +150. For the over-under, I see 9 or 9.5. Now, Kachanowicz has been quite bad this season, 3-8, 5.44 ERA. Scherzer showed up late. He has not been great, though, 4.85 ERA. I don't trust either pitcher, but I do trust Toronto at home, and I think Kachanowicz gets shelled in this game. So I don't mind Kachanowicz, maybe the earned runs over, maybe just Toronto first 5 team total over. I see them jumping Kachanowicz. I'll ignore Scherzer. Give me some type of Toronto team total over.
Yeah, I like the over in general, and also I like Toronto minus the 1.5. I mean, Kachanowicz, so if you look at since so the new manager has taken over for Juan Washington for the health reasons.
Been doing pretty well.
Yeah, he is. I would look at Kachanowicz out under because he's pulling starters a little bit earlier than what Ron was doing. So only 3 of the 9 pitchers have exceeded 90 pitches since he's taken over. So that's something I've been watching. And Kachanowicz has not gotten out of the 5th inning in 6 of his last 8. He is a contact pitcher, so Toronto could take advantage of that offensively, especially at home. Scherzer pitched well versus the Yankees, but again, it's kind of just like hit or miss with him. So I'll take my chances with the Toronto offense being able to show Kachanowicz. So I'm going to take Toronto minus the 1.5. I also like the full game over as well. I think that is a chance that the Angels offense could get to Scherzer as well. So let's go with an over and minus 1.5 for the Raptors for Toronto Blue Jays.
Now the Raptors, maybe in a week or two, Summer League's happening, so you can focus on that in about a week. But your mind's already focused so much on the Summer League rosters at this point.
There we go.
Yeah. Moving on to the next game, Red Sox taking on the Nationals. Red Sox had an easy win on Friday. For this matchup, you have Buehler against Parker. Damn, these pitchers suck. -110 on both sides. For the over-under in this game, I see 9.5. I like the over. I think Buehler's horrible. Nationals team total over. I guess I'm on Nationals because I don't trust Buehler, but the Red Sox offense has been a bit better lately. Yeah. I'll go over because Buehler's been a mess. I want nothing to do with him here. Give me the over in this game.
Yeah, I love the over as well. I wanted to get plus money with Washington. Maybe that win today from Boston will kind of push bettors to bet that up. So I'm kind of waiting on Washington, but I will be on that side with you. Just to put some context to what you were saying about Buehler, he's not exceeded 4 innings pitched in his last 3. He's got 4+ earned in 5 of his last 6. On the road, 24 earned run last 3, 10 home runs in his last 7, and he's walking guys, 14 walks in his last 3. So that just put into context how bad Buehler's been. And we know Washington's offense can't get going. Obviously, today is not an indication of what they are. So I think they bounce back and have a good day tomorrow. Parker's, up and down at home, but he's been okay. So I would look at full game over. I would also look at Washington, but I'm kind of waiting to see if that number if we can get a plus sign beside them.
I see -104 as the best number right now for Washington. But there you go. I'm moving on to the next game. Reds taking on the Phillies. Reds had a massive lead, almost blew it, but held on to win. Lodolo taking on Suarez. Phillies minus 180. The Reds are plus 150. For the over-under, I see 8.5. Yeah, I'm not going to really overthink this one. Lodolo's been fine this season, but Suarez has been nasty.
Yes.
He's been really, really good. Yeah. Lodolo does not go really any distance at all, but he's been going basically 5, give or take. Some starts 6, some starts 4 1/3, kind of balances out. But Suarez is filthy. I'm going to go with the under in this game. I think it'll be a pitcher's duel. Give me the under.
Yeah, I couldn't talk you out of that. I like Philly here because for 2 reasons. I mean, Suarez obviously has been filthy, and I put some context to that as you went over. 7 plus innings pitched in 5 straight. He's got a 1.26 ERA in that span. 4 of those 5 were on the road, so he's dominating even when he's away from home. He's got 3 earned combined in his last 3 home starts, so he's been on a new level. Lodolo's been pitching well, but a lot of his success has been coming at home. Outside of like his last road start, he's been pretty solid on the road, but he has allowed a home run in 6 straight. So I think Philly today kind of let go of the rope a little bit, but I think they bounce back tomorrow. I'm going to take Philly minus the 1.5. I think we maybe see a 3-1 type of game, maybe 4-1. But I do think Philly will take advantage of Lodolo's not so good road success versus his home numbers being so good.
Yeah, I think the main issue that I have with the Lodolo part of the matchup is that Suarez is good and he goes distance.
Yeah, exactly.
Lodolo is pretty good and he doesn't go much distance. So if you're looking at the Reds bullpen for about 3+ innings, you might have problems on your hands. So I'll go with, once again, the Phillies minus 1.5 in this one. Don't mind the under for this game as well. Moving on to the Orioles versus the Braves, a series that sounded good about 4 months ago, but it's not good right now. You have Kramer going up against we don't know for the actual money lines. We have lines for this one. For Atlanta, actually, no, we don't. I take it back. We have no lines in this one. Kramer's been very up and down. I will point out he has been better lately. So he has kind of half turned around his season. Last 3 starts, he has gone 17 2/3 innings, 2 total runs allowed. He's been really good lately. For Atlanta, this team's pretty good at home, 24-19. They're 8 under overall. We'll see how they do against Morton today. But I guess I'm going Baltimore because Kramer's actually found something. And I feel like Atlanta will once again be favored by a decent amount just by being a bad team because of reputation. So I'll go with the Orioles in this one.
Yeah, I'm probably looking that way as well. Obviously, we know it's not going to be Strider or Sales, so I think I'm comfortable taking anything with a plus on without those 2 on the mound. And I think both of these pitchers, we talked about Morton yesterday, he kind of turned it around as of late as well. So I think that's basically indicative of what the Orioles season has been. Started off slow. They had a really good June. So hopefully they can parlay that into a pretty good July. So anything with a plus on beside it, I'll be on the Orioles. I don't mind Kramer at all. The Braves are just too much. Like they have – the variance is like so wide that I just can't trust them, even if they are at home. I mean, sometimes
but they're still priced like a good team.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, so I'll take advantage of that and take Orioles if they're plus money. Well, they will be plus money, so
they're going to be plus money.
Yeah, I'll take the Orioles.
Yeah. Moving on to the next game, you have Milwaukee taking on Miami. For this one, I see Patrick against Quantrill. For this one, I see Milwaukee minus 140. I see the Marlins at about plus 120. For the over-under, I see 8.5. Now, Patrick, the season has been solid. His record stinks, but his ERA is good. Both pitchers are 3-7. Quantrill's, though, is more deserved, 5.42 ERA. Patrick, 3.51 ERA. Milwaukee's 9 over, but 1 under on the road. Miami's been good lately, still 7 under, and they are 6 under at home. Quantrill, though, this season, once again, has an ERA mid-5, so he's not been good. He's been better lately, though, kinda. Not going any distance, but 9 2/3, 4 earned runs in his last 2 starts. So once again, surviving, not thriving. Patrick, though, has been good. He gets no run support. He's worse on the road, but he did go 5 innings and no runs against the Rockies in his last outing. Problem is Milwaukee never wins his starts. They've lost 5 in a row. So they've not been good when he pitches, but I'll ask you for this one. Milwaukee is the better team. Miami's been in pretty good form lately. We saw Milwaukee drop the last 2 to the Mets over the past few days. Do you want to go for minus 140 or do you want to take the plus 120?
Yeah, I like over better than anything. I think both pitches, I think you basically broke down the way both pitches are. I mean, no run support and so basically Quantrill's got 7 straight starts without a win, but he's not allowed more than 3 earned runs since April. So that's like kind of weird. And Patrick's been a bit up and down. His hit rate is a little bit higher than what you want. He struggled for most of June. He's coming off that good game, but that was against Colorado. So I mean, how much do you take that into consideration? But I mean, I think both offenses will be able to score. So instead of trying to split, I do think Milwaukee is the right side, but 140 is a little bit out of my range. I would rather it be 125ish. So maybe a good parlay piece, but I do think both teams can score here. So I'll take the over with this game.
Yeah, I don't know what the number is going to be, but I thought about maybe going for stolen bases are always intriguing with Milwaukee, but in this series, they could be especially intriguing. So I don't mind maybe going for a stolen base angle for this team, but I think I'm on Milwaukee, but I don't feel great about it. Moving on to the Yankees taking on the Mets. They're still in the middle of the game from today. For that one, the Yankees are up 5-4 right now in the seventh. For the pitching matchup, though, you have Rodon against Montes. For the matchup, Yankees minus 150. The Mets are plus 125. For the over-under, I see 9. Now, Rodon has been good this season, 9-5, 2.95 ERA. Last 2 starts, 11 innings pitched, 2 total runs allowed. He's been good. The strikeouts have started to deteriorate, but the point is he has been getting the job done, so to speak. Montes, though, has been, I'd say, public enemy number 1 in New York, either from the Yankees fans or the Mets fans, because he has been quite bad. He was good his first outing against the Braves, ended up going 5 innings and no runs, got shelled by Pittsburgh right after the players-only meeting, 4 innings, 6 runs. So Montes, we know, has been quite bad for the last couple seasons, and the Mets now are dealing with it. For the Yankees, they have been in bad form, but so have the Mets, so I don't know if it actually matters. But Rodon is the better pitcher. The over-under in this game is at 9. I might be tempted by the over in that game.
Gotta go.
I want to check the actual win, though, because I do think Rodon could give up a couple of bombs in this game. Wind's blowing out to center at about 10 miles per hour. Give me the over. I see a bunch of home runs here. I see runs.
Yeah, so I think Rodon's in for a big month. So this past month, I mean, obviously was June. He allowed the second most runs in a month than he has, I think 14. And he hasn't allowed that many since. He's allowed 15 in, I think it was April, if I'm not mistaken. So I think he's due for a big bounce back month. He's had 2 or less in 3 of his last 4 road starts. So obviously pitching well on the road. Got familiarity here. He pitched really well against the Mets earlier in the year. 1 earned and 5 innings pitched. I mean, I don't really trust Montas at all. I mean, five runs in 1 inning versus Pittsburgh. I like the Yankees team total over. I honestly think that 150 is way short. I thought it should be maybe like 170-ish with how well Rodon has been going, especially against them. And then Montas is not any good at all. I guess the home field. But, yeah, I think the Yankees are short at 150. Maybe if you want to parlay them with the Rays that we just talked about, I think that's a good 2-leg parlay to kick off, your July 5th.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe I'll pivot a little bit. Yankees first 5 on minus half a run. I want nothing with this bullpen at all. This bullpen stinks, but I'll fade Montes for 5 innings. That sounds pretty fun, so I'll go with that. Moving on to the next game. You have the Royals taking on Diamondbacks. Now, for this one, you have Waka against Nelson. Diamondbacks minus 130. Royals are plus 110. For the over-under in this one, I see 8.5. Now, Waka's been fine. His record's not good, but he has a 3.62 ERA. Nelson 4-2, 3.61 ERA. So basically the same exact ERA. Nelson's been good at home, though, 2.33 ERA. He has allowed less than 3 earned in 4 straight outings. For Waka, that he doesn't exactly have a lot of velocity, but he gets by at this stage in his career. He has not been great lately. The last 2 starts, 8 runs allowed in 11 innings, 17 hits allowed. I'll go Arizona in this one. Walk is allowed at least 3 earned in 4 of the last 5. He's regressing pretty badly, and Nelson's been good. So I'll go Arizona in the home game here.
Yeah, I like Arizona and under. I think you pretty much summed it up for me. Walker's been a little bit too much up and down. Hit rate is extremely high, 6+ hits in 4 or 5 games. He's 1-4 in June. We should talk about the record. He hasn't been like horrible, but it's just like I don't really trust him on top of not getting run support from Kansas City, which their offense is not going to hit the ball well, more than likely. I do like the way Nelson's played. 2 combined runs in his last 4 at home, 4 earned runs combined in his last 4 periods. So he's been in good form. I trust Arizona's offense to get it done. It's just the pitching that can't do anything, especially on the back end with the bullpen. So I'm going to take Arizona and under here. I think it's a good play.
Yeah, I can get behind that too. Moving on to the Tigers, taking on the Guardians. You have Logan Allen against Casey Mize. Cleveland plus 120. Detroit is minus 145. The over/under is set at about 9 or 8.5. Logan Allen, I feel like, is constantly bouncing around the majors and the minors, but he's back in the majors. 4.27 ERA. Mize 8-2, 2.86 ERA. I'll ask you though, because Detroit is 20 games over, but they're only 4 over on the road. The Guardians are 5 under, but they are currently 500 at home. I'm not a Logan Allen guy, so I'm biased. I'll go Casey Mize and a better Detroit team. Let me just quickly check the actual weather, though, because this could be it's blowing out though to right, which actually does benefit Logan Allen because he is a lefty. So I think I'll go with the Tigers here, but it's really just a small opinion, if anything. I'm not going to bet this game. There are much better games on the 15-game slate, but I'll go Tigers or nothing for me.
Yeah, I like Tigers and under. I mean, you got Mize as the better pitcher. Allen's been steady. He hasn't he's like a thin line. Like he's just like going to be never too up, never too far up, never too far down. But I think that Detroit's offense on the road, especially, has been a lot better. Mize is 3 runs or fewer in every start since coming off IL. He's got 2 or less in 3 straight road starts. So I trust him against Cleveland's offense has been pretty much anemic. So I'm going to take under, and I'm going to take Detroit. I mean, better pitcher, better team. I know the Guardians are much better at home, but I don't trust them to score runs. I mean, I think Detroit can probably win scoring 3 runs, to be honest with you.
They might be able to. The wind blowing out might matter a little bit, but to be honest, Jose Ramirez has been injured for a while. He's playing through it, but he's been terrible.
Well, he's like over his last 18 or something like that.
He's clearly, he's been banged up multiple times, so I respect him for trying to suck it up. But to be honest, if he's not going to be doing much, I don't know what this lineup is with him not producing. So I'm going to ask you, though, for Detroit, because we've seen the Yankees fall apart. We've seen a couple of teams in the AL half short circuit. If you had to power rank the AL teams, you'd probably go to, Detroit 1, Houston 2? Would you have the Yankees, Toronto somewhere in there? I think we'd agree Detroit's probably 1, right? Is Houston 1?
I would go Houston 1, Detroit 2. Okay. Just because
Jordan's coming back in theory at some point.
Yeah, and I mean, and they'll get Pena back. I know Pena just went on IL. Yeah. But I mean, just the pitching, man. They've been really good pitching. Valdez is coming into his own. Like, they have been really good pitching, and I do trust their offense in more spot. I mean, we've seen it with Detroit for like a year and a half, but we've seen it consistently with Houston. And now they're a little bit. You know how, like, if we just go back to like earlier, maybe like 3 months ago when the season first started, like, it was ready to throw dirt on Houston's grave again, and now they're back. You know, like, I think they're like minus like 550, 600 to win the division.
They should be.
Like, they're just ridiculous. So yeah, I would have to go.
Are they just Chiefs to win AFC West? You just bet it and it just cashes like 5 months later because they win the division every year.
Yeah, basically, I think that's a good parallel. I mean, it's just that I trust Houston, but I mean, Scooble was just that good, though, man. Like, he's just that good. But I think overall, like, in totality, I trust the makeup on both sides, like defensively, pitching, and the offense for Houston than I do Detroit. And they're getting Jordan back, and we know 100% Houston's going to make a move or two at the deadline. I'm going to say once again, in theory, they're getting Jordan back, because he keeps having setbacks. Yeah. So I actually don't know if he's going to play this season, but the idea of him potentially coming back for a September-October run definitely helps. Yeah. But he keeps having setbacks, so I don't know when he's coming back. Yeah. It's something to keep in mind. Yeah, moving on, though, coincidentally, to Houston, actually. Taking on the Dodgers. For this game, you have Valdez against Ohtani. Ohtani probably for 2 innings, but who knows. Yeah. Dodgers minus 150. The Astros are plus 125. For the over-under, I see the line being set at about 8.5. I'll go with Houston plus money. Yep. This Ohtani starter thing is an absolute farce. It doesn't actually mean anything. He pitches 1 or 2 innings, and they bring in Kasparis, I believe, to pitch the back end of that. Valdez is good, and Houston's been good too. Now, Houston's been a lot better at home than on the road. Dodgers have been playing better lately. But Ohtani and the Dodgers at minus 150 against Valdez feels mispriced to me, because Ohtani's not a real starter. He's an opener. Give me Houston at plus 120 and change. Completely agree. I mean, we just like wax poetically about Houston, so we just put that into here. I mean, Valdez, 13 scoreless inning pitch streak. He did it against the Cubs, which we saw their offense was capable of doing, and the Phillies, whose offense is pretty good. So he's 6-0 in his last 7, 1.57 ERA. He's not allowing teams to do much. I mean, 3 home runs in his last 2 months. He does have a little bit of issues walking, 11 walks in his last 3, but I think he'll be able to clean that up. I mean, the Dodgers are the Dodgers. I mean, if you see like public wise, they're gonna. I'm not a big public sharp thing, but the Dodgers, anything 150 or under, probably going to be an instant parlay piece or a bet for some people. But I think if you look at the way Houston's been playing, albeit dominant at home, but they've still been pretty good on the road as well. Especially like if you take out some of the earlier numbers and you just stick to like probably like the last month and a half, 2 months, they've been pretty steady on the road. They rise to the occasion. So I do think that Houston's going to be the side here. So I like that plus 125.
Yeah, I just think the price is wrong. I feel like you're looking at it going, oh, Tani, that's great.
Yeah,
he's getting lifted in 2 innings. Like, it doesn't mean anything to me.
Yeah.
So I think Valdez, though, is really good. So I'll
Absolutely.
go with that. Moving on to the next game. You have the White Sox against the Rockies in whatever this series should be called. You have Cannon against Marquez. Colorado's minus 115. The White Sox are minus 105. The over-under is set at about, 11 or 11 and a half. On principle, under, because I don't trust these teams to do anything when they step to the plate. So I guess I'm on the under by default, but why the hell would you bet on this game? Maybe player props if you want to go at something. I mean, Cannon's been okay, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't like Cannon personally. Marquez has been pretty bad this season too. I guess I'm on the under because I'll dare these two bad teams to combine for 12 runs, but I'm not going to bet this game.
Yeah, you know what? Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I like Colorado. I like Colorado a lot in this spot. I like the under
that's
as
fine.
well. I mean, Marquez has been really good
for you.
Yeah, Marquez has been really good as of late. I mean, 2 or less in 4 straight. Got 1.33 ERA in that span. Opponents: Milwaukee, Dodgers, Atlanta, Washington. I mean, it's not the worst offenses. He's going to get some pretty good offenses. He's got 1 or less allowed in 3 of his last 4 at home. He's been pretty good. Cannon. This is his second start since returning from the back strain injury. He did have some control issues. So I think the Rockies can get to him here, man. So I like the Rockies in this spot. I wanted it to be closer to like, reduced like 108, 107, but I'll take the 115. I think Rockies may roll here.
Yeah. Once again, I'm rooting for you. Not going to be me, but I'm rooting for you. I'm moving on to the Rangers taking on the Padres. For this game, I want to see if we have lines. Okay, we do. I see Kolek is favored about minus 140. Leiter and the Rangers are plus 120, give or take. For the over-under in this game, I see 9 or 9.5. I see 8 or 8.5. Sorry, I see 8.5 mostly, though. So Leiter this season has been up and down. Kolek, I don't mind, actually. Leiter, looking at his last couple starts, he went 6 innings, 1 run against the Mariners. Was he used as a pinch runner the game after? Why is he listed?
I can't remember that.
He was a pinch hitter?
Was he?
What the hell happened here? I guess they did a double switch and lost the DH?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, Leiter went 0 for 1 against the Orioles, and I don't know the 11th inning he struck out swinging. All right, so yeah, congratulations on getting a plate appearance. Anyway, point is the pitching wise,
old school baseball.
That's why I don't miss watching pitchers hit. Shout out to Zach Greinke though, but or Bumgarner, but most of them was a guaranteed out. Anyway, point is he was good last start, but besides that, he's not been good for the last month or so. Kolek, I don't mind. I think Kolek's actually pretty good. Now, he's been really bad at home. 9.2 at home somehow. I don't know why he's so bad at Petco. He has allowed 3+ in 3 of the last 4. He was good, though, against the Reds in his last outing, 5 2/3, 1 run. But San Diego has lost 5 straight starts that he's made. So I'll ask you for this one. Do you want to go with the Padres at home, or do you want to take plus money with Leiter? Because I think I'm going to go plus money, but I don't trust either offense to do anything. So maybe the under in this game.
Yeah, I looked at under. I looked at the Padres. Like, I got a question.
The problem with the under is that Kolek's so bad at home, you can't really back it.
Yeah, and I think this is going to be – I think I said yesterday on yesterday's show, I think it's going to be a good series for San Diego. But, Kolek, if you look at some of the numbers that he faced the Dodgers, Arizona, and Milwaukee, 3 really good offenses, and he was really good. The problem was, like you talked about, a lot of his successes came on the road. 5 of his last 6 starts have been on the road, and he's been doing well. 15 earned in his last 3 home starts. To put some context on his ERA that you just talked about. I struggle. I'll probably be passing this game. I guess I would go San Diego, but I don't love it. Leiter's just been okay. I don't really have he hasn't been horrible. He's coming off of one of his best outings of the year. Like, can he do it on the road if San Diego's offense is rolling? I mean, I really don't know. So it would be San Diego or nothing for me.
Yeah, I just feel like with these pitchers, I'm kind of flipping a coin. So I'll take plus 120.
I agree with that.
That's how I'm looking at it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Moving on to the next game, Giants taking on the A's, second to last game on the card. For this one, you have Webb against Severino. Well, Severino's at home, so there's no point in reading off the odds for this one. Giants minus 180, A's are plus 150. We know Webb is significantly worse on the road than at home. However, he has not been awful on the road this season. 3.81 ERA, which is actually better than usual for him in the usual road numbers. For the over-under in this game, I see 9 or 9.5. For the run line for this game, the only way to actually bet the Giants in this game, I do see the number being set at about minus 1.5, minus 118. I see the A's at even money. Yeah, Severino's at home. I don't have to say anything else. Give me the Giants minus 1.5.
Yeah, completely agree. I like the over as well. Webb's hit rate's been extremely high, 6+ in 7 of his last 8. He did clean up some of the road stuff, but I mean, I don't want to read off Severino's numbers. But I will tell you this: he pitched really well against them, but that was in San Francisco. He threw 6 scoreless. So I'm gonna go with San Francisco and over. Maybe look at some home run props for San Francisco. Severino's allowed multi-home runs in 3 of his last 5. So San Francisco and over would be the only way I would look at it. Find a 9. Maybe you can find a juice 8.5 as well. Yeah.
Moving on, though, to the next matchup, final one. You have the Pirates taking on the Mariners. You have Burrows against Castillo. Seattle's minus 185. You have the Pirates at plus 155. The over-under in this game is set at about 7.5. Now, Burrows this season's had a pretty weird go of it because he was called up mid-season. He's been kind of bouncing around, relieving and starting. Last start, 4 1/3, 1 run, but he only went 4 1/3. So he's not going distance pretty much ever, but is he going to suck? Most of the time, no. So you might be getting a decent 4 or 5 innings. Castillo, though, 3.55 ERA, been good lately, or pretty good lately. He has allowed less than 4 earned in 3 of the last 4. At home, he's been pretty good, though, so something to keep in mind. I'll ask you for this one because at first glance, Seattle at minus 185 feels very large. I get it, but I'm not really happy about it. I'll go Pittsburgh on principle. Seattle 185 has no value on it at all. Give me Pittsburgh or pass.
Yeah, it would be Pittsburgh pass for me as well. I was on record.
I'm not going to bet Pittsburgh, by the way, but it's just a massive line on Seattle.
Yeah, I was on record saying that I think it's a good spot for Seattle, and maybe Pittsburgh's a little bit overvalued. But I mean, with this number, that's impossible to say. Burrows is facing quality offenses as well. Castillo, we talked about him a little bit yesterday, but I mean, he's just steady. He's not been as good as he's supposed to be, but not as bad as you think he was. His contact rate's up, K rate down, which is in Cincinnati. He was a big. I hated him when I don't want to turn it into a Yankee thing. He absolutely killed the Yankees every time I watched him play the Yankees when he was with the Reds.
We rumored to trade for him for about 4 years straight.
Yeah, and we never did it. He was just crazy. But
in hindsight, isn't that a good thing we didn't? Because he's kind of been underwhelming with Seattle.
Well, maybe things will be different.
He's been fine, but for that contract, he's been overpaid.
Fair. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, but he's also allowed a lot of home runs, and the way Pittsburgh offensively has been a lot better. I mean, Castillo's allowed 8 home runs in his last 5. So I maybe would look at Pittsburgh first 5, maybe. But outside of that, it would be like Pittsburgh or pass for me. You can't lay 185.
Yeah, they've been better offensively. They're being shut down right now by Wu-Tang Clan. They got no runs in the 6th inning, so we'll see what happens moving forward. But Wu's also really good.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah, he's damn good.
Yeah, Wu-Tang Clan. There you go. Isn't that how it goes? The W? It's the Wu-Tang Clan?
Here we go.
There you go. Shout out to Brian Wu, who I'm a fan of. Anyway, a point is going to wrap it up for the actual card for Saturday. Time to move on into the lock and dog picks. Before we get into the actual lock and dog, I realized I forgot to do any of the ad reads for the entire show. So I'll do all of them right now. It's going to be a pretty weird, once again, ad block when I actually do the editing. Whoops, my bad. Anyway, point is brought to you by Circa because they have Circa Million, Circa Survivor. If you think you know ball, you can prove it. Enter Circa's football contest with 21 million guaranteed prizes. No rake, so if the entries go above the guarantee, All extra money will go to the prize pool, Circa Millions. Pick 5 teams ATS each week, or go for the Ultimate Sweat Survivor. Also, if you have a lot of money to spend, you do the Circa Grandissimo, a 100K Circa Survivor contest. You must register in person at Circa Sportsbook in Vegas. Sign up in Vegas, play from anywhere with the help of SGPN's official proxy. Go to footballcontest.com. Use the code SGP to get $50 off your proxy fees. We're also brought to you by MyBookie. They're available at a ton of locations. Use crypto for deposit fast payouts. When you also use MyBookie, use it to bet on baseball, on WNBA, golf, football futures, etc. And also a reminder, when you sign up, use the code SGPN for your 100% match up to 1K. Terms and conditions MyBookie, the G promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Ronik Fantasy because they have Best Ball happening right now with Best Ball Mania Live, and you can use it all summer long. 15 million in prizes, including $2 million for first place, and no waiver wire, no arguments about trades. Best Ball is the best way to play fantasy football. Lonte, have you ever done an actual Best Ball lineup?
No, not my thing.
I have not either. So maybe I've been.
People love it. I'm just like a regular.
Terrell's trying to drag me into it, but first of all, it's not legal in New York, so I'd have to leave the state to actually do this damn thing. Second of all, if my guys get injured, I'm just dead.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's basically how it goes. All right, sure. Point is, though, Underdog's also a great place to use Pick'em. And if you want to use Underdog, you can sign up for your new account with the code MLBSGPN to get a special pick in the first time offer up to 1K in bonus cash. A fancy promo code MLBSGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm because they just dropped the game-changing feature Power Trends. They also have Power Trends for baseball and WNBA, which did launch over the weekend, or over the past week, I should say. They also are available for Power Trends, which are going to basically sum up what it is. Rhythm's models give you hit rates that are AI-detected patterns to help you with AI picks. And a reminder, you can also use them every day, updated every day. They're suited to Rhythm, and they are clean data-backed picks. Download the app, check out Power Trends, start betting smarter. Also try it out for free for a week. But using the 7-day free trial, go to sportsgaming.com with them to get your 7-day free trial. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Finished going through all the games for the card on Saturday. Time to move on into the lock and dog picks. I'm going to ask you, Lonte, what's going to be your lock and dog for the show?
Yeah, man, I'm going to go with the lock that probably nobody's ever done on the show. Let's go with the Rockies, minus 115. I mean, I think Marquez.
I took the White Sox first 5 yesterday, so we're.
But that's a good play though, because House is going. So I don't think.
Yeah, but still, the point is we're backing bad teams. That's the point.
Yeah, but I like the Rockies, so maybe both of our locks will cash. I mean, Marquez has been really good as of late against really good opponents. He's been locked in at home, so I like Colorado to kind of win maybe a low scoring game because we both like the under. So maybe like a 5-2, 5-3 type of game. I don't care if they win by half a point as long as they win. So let's go with the Rockies. Also, I'm going to take Houston, a team that we both like. Think Valdez is a little bit undervalued. Like the spot for Houston as well. Maybe paying a little bit of Ohtani tax early on. So let's go with Houston. +1. I see +125.
Looking around, best line available for Houston. I see the Astros at about +125.
Yeah, perfect. Let's do it.
Cool. So for my lock, I'm going to go back to the Red Sox game against the Nationals. Give me the over, a 9.5, -122. Parker's been bad lately. The Red Sox offense has been waking up a little bit recently, and Buehler, I think, is god-awful. So I see a couple ways to get there, but give me the over. Boston has actually scored at least 5 runs in 3 of the last 4. They've scored at least 11 runs in 2 of the last 4. So I do like how they've been performing lately, but I am going to go once again with a high-scoring game here. Give me the over 9.5, -122 as my lock. For my dog, I have no line on it, but I'll go with it anyway. Give me the Orioles, actually, on the money line. I think Atlanta will be favored blindly because they're at home, and people pretend this team is still good. They're not. Kramer's been good the last couple outings. I think Baltimore is in a similar position as Atlanta, underachieving teams that are trying to climb out of the basement, but they're both not very good. Give me the Orioles with Kramer. Give me the money line here. Probably plus money. I have no line, though, so I'll wait it out. That'll be my dog for the show. Now it's time for the home run picks for the actual show. Lonte, what do you like?
Yeah, I'm trying to decide. This is another one. I'll try to decide. I'm going with C.J. Abrams. I'm going with C.J. Abrams tomorrow. We talked about Buehler. I think there'll be a lot of runs in that game, total of 9.5. Buehler's been horrible. Abrams been hitting the ball well. Obviously not a ton of power. But he has had a hit in, 2, 4, and 7 straight. I think he can get one out tomorrow. So let's go with C.J. Abrams tomorrow to hit a bomb.
Yeah, so I was going to go with Wood, but you already went with a Nationals guy. So I'm not going to do that. But
that's the other guy I was going with. with Wood.
Buehler's allowed at least 1 home run in 7 straight starts. Like, he gets shelled more often than not.
Somebody's going to hit one.
Somebody will. Trying to see if I want to go for anybody else. Sorry, just quickly checking. Because Wood's definitely a good choice. There's no wrong answer if you want to go fading Walker Buehler. But I feel like for the people, I should probably do somebody else in a different game. I'm not going to pick the Rockies game. I think Cannon might get. I think he might struggle a lot though in Coors. Severino's been really bad at home. Let me see if his home runs are a problem at home.
Yeah,
I mean Severino's been giving up a lot of home runs lately. Yeah. All right, Adames is the only guy with a home run against him. That could be an option. I could go Ramos if I wanted to go for that, but you know what? I think I'll actually back Adames. He's been good lately. He had 2 doubles on Thursday. He's on a 4-game hit streak, 3 hits on Thursday. I'll go with that instead. Give me Willy Adames for a home run as my pick in that one. Anyway, it's going to wrap it up for the show. Back once again on Sunday to break down the Monday games. Until next time, find me on Twitter, Race Radio. Find him on Twitter at XSLonteXX. Until next time, good luck to all of you and all of your bats. Bye, everyone.